Highlights round number 4 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. It's the GEICO High Point National in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. 450 moto number 1, motorcyclesuperstore.com hole shot. Ryan Villopoto has it momentarily. Justin Barcia gets it from him. Then Villopoto would immediately take the lead back and start pulling away. So the focus goes to 3rd and 4th. It's Tyler Rattray and Ryan Dungey. As Villopoto gets away from Barcia, who is in the number 2 position. Dungey would go to work on Rattray, get to 3rd, then close the gap on the 51 of Barcia. The rookie on the Team Honda Muscle Milk ride was good today, not quite as strong as he was a week ago in Tennessee. James Stewart, tough luck in this moto, would get hit in the eye with a rock and not finish. Here's Dungey up to 2nd, now around Barcia, but was not able to make a dent in the lead that Villopoto had built up. Credit to some other riders. Bad start for Trey Kennard. He'd come back for 7th, and Josh Grant, in the 33 JGR Toyota Yamaha, would finish 5th. That's the best ride of the year for him. Villopoto has won every first moto so far in 2013. 450 moto number 2, motorcyclesuperstore.com hole shot on the line. Dungey needs a good start here after the bad one in Moto 1. He gets out to the early lead, battling it out with Grant and Stewart, who's back, eye injury and all, and would ride better. He'd pass Grant and Dungey and take the lead on the Yoshimura Suzuki and actually start extending it a bit. Dungey had to work on Grant, and Villopoto pulls in behind him in the number 4 position. Both rides would get around Grant, and the High Point fans had the battle they were looking for. 3 established riders who have won this championship before: Stewart, Dungey, and Villopoto up front. Villopoto pulls a dramatic pass on Dungey to take over the number 2 position. Goes after Stewart, but Stewart was feeling racy today. Villopoto would pass him with an outside to inside move at the top of this hill. Stewart would pass him back, but then he was out of the moto with front brake problems. That would leave Villopoto with a good lead. Dungey in 2nd, making a few mistakes, not able to hang on to him. He would have to settle for 2-2 scores on the day. Villopoto, arguably his best ride of the season, going through those guys to go 1-1. Mike Alessi in the 800 Moto Concepts bike would finish 3rd of the moto, but it's Rattray, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, by going 4-4. He'll take 3rd overall. Villopoto makes the math easy as far as the overall win. By the way, he's won every moto except 1 this year. .250 class. See that red fender on the right? Cole Seeley, Lucas Oil Troy Lee Honda rider. Well, he's going to put that red fender in front of everyone here and grab the motorcyclesuperstore.com hole shot. Zach Osborne, 338, GEICO Honda takes the lead from him, but soon everyone fall under the spell of Ken Roczen. He would go from 9th to 1st in the first lap and then start distancing himself from Seeley, Marvin, Musquin, the rest of the field. So watch the battles behind him. You've got the GEICO Honda teammates. You got Blake Baggett going down, collecting Osborne and Darren Durham with him. And through all that carnage, Eli Tomac would rip through the pack, take over 3rd, and then set his sights on 2nd place, Marvin Musquin on the Red Bull KTM in 2nd. They would eventually push themselves close to Roczen, but not quite close enough to put the pressure on. When it's all said and done, the number 94 had this one in control. He takes the moto win. He's won every first moto this year. Sounds kind of like that Villopoto guy. 250 moto number 2, motorcyclesuperstore.com hole shot. Going to go to Musquin, who has yet to win a moto in the United States, even though he's won a couple of overalls. Jeremy Martin, Zach Osborne, Joey Savaggi, Roczen right there early on. Roczen would start making tracks toward the front of the field again. He's going to have to challenge Osborne, who is in 2nd. And Jeremy Martin of the MyPlash Star Racing Yamaha 3rd. Savaggi in there as well. Not seen Tomac, who had a bad start. Good job by the rookies, Martin and Savaggi, to hang with the veterans early in this one. But it would boil down to the 2 KTM riders out front. They would have to deal with Osborne for a little bit, who is in 2nd, holding strong. Second half of this race, though, Roczen would close in on Osborne just as Osborne closed in on Musquin. It was a good race. Roczen would take over the number 2 position and get right behind his teammate Musquin. The final 10 minutes of it, Musquin dealt with heavy pressure from the 94. He survives it, holds on to win the moto, and with 2-1 scores, he's your overall winner. That's 2 straight overall wins for the Frenchman. Women's class back in action at High Point for round 2 of their Triple Crown. Off the start, pair of Yamaha riders, Mackenzie Tricker, the youngster out of Australia, and the veteran American, number 2, Jessica Patterson, along with Japan's Sayaka Kaneshiro up front. You can see how difficult this track was with all the rain they had taken on earlier in the week. but it certainly didn't slow down Tricker and Patterson, who set sail up front. But check out Kaneshiro. Due to some inconsistency of other riders, the Honda rider is actually leading the points in this series actively since Courtney Duncan, your Hangtown winner, is out with a wrist injury, and Kaneshiro kept Patterson and Tricker in sight. Yeah, good racing up front between Tricker, basically a rookie to the pro ranks, and Patterson, the 6-time champ. Here they are side by side past the mechanics area. Tricker on the Rock River Yamaha having none of it. Patterson riding an NFAB Tylube Yamaha would try to get by her. Then finally, on the last lap, Patterson takes the lead. Tricker said she was riding with a knee injury in that one. He kept popping out. It allows Kaneshiro to take over second, and a disappointed Tricker ends up third after leading most of the moto. Moto number 2, Patterson sure had to work for it in that first moto to get around Tricker on the last lap. Didn't want to mess around this time. And the number 2 is going to put her NFAB Tylube Yamaha up front off the start. Now that's all good as far as for Patterson winning the overall, but in a 3-race championship series, she's got serious ground to make up in the points. And the rider that's leading the standings, Kaneshiro, was darn strong today, second in that first moto. And look, she would not let JP Money off the hook, kept the heat on her throughout this second moto on the Honda Muscle Milk machine. Kaneshiro doing what she needs to do, doesn't have to beat Patterson in the motos to get the title. She just needs to stay steady. Also credit to Taylor Higgins on the 84 Honda here, who would take third overall. Tricker, of course, having that knee injury to open the door for that. There it is, checkered flag, 1-1 performance for JP Money. But Kaneshiro on the left carries a 14-point lead in the finale at Southwick.